All right, if you're buying a truck for your retirement years, your ego can't be driving the purchase anymore because some trucks look tough in the driveway, then destroy your back, your knees, and your wallet 3 months later. And trust me, the last truck on this list shocked me. The first one, the Jeep Gladiator. People buy this thing thinking they're getting freedom, adventure, mountain road energy, then reality hits like a pothole at 70 miles per hour. The Gladiator rides rough, like really rough, especially the older models with solid axles and chunky off-road tires. Every crack in the road comes straight through the seat into your spine, and climbing in feels like entering a treehouse. Now, don't get me wrong, the specs sound impressive. A 3.6-liter V6 pushing 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque sounds solid on paper. It can tow over 7,000 pounds if equipped right. But seniors aren't rock crawling every weekend. Most people just want something easy to live with. Instead, you get wind noise, awkward step-in height, stiff suspension, and doors that feel heavier every single year you age. Parking it downtown? Good luck. The turning radius feels like a cruise ship trying to U-turn. And here's the thing nobody talks about. After an hour-long drive, you feel tired. Not because of distance, because the truck constantly moves around like it drank 3 energy drinks before leaving the factory. Used prices still hover around the mid-30s too, which is wild considering how uncomfortable this thing gets for daily life. Now, the second truck is legendary, but legends can age badly. The classic old Ram 1500. Yeah, people love these trucks, especially the older Hemi V8 models. The sound? Incredible. Hit the gas and it growls like an angry grizzly bear. Some of those 5.7-liter V8s made around 395 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque, which felt insane back then. But here's the problem. That truck was built for a younger body. The steering feels heavy compared to modern trucks. Fuel economy? Brutal. Some owners barely see 13 mpg in city driving. And once these trucks rack up mileage, little things start showing up non-stop. Suspension wear, electrical gremlins, rust underneath, transmission hesitation. It becomes one of those, well, since we're already at the mechanic situations. And climbing out of one after a long grocery run, your knees file a formal complaint. The seats in many older trims also feel flat and outdated now. Back then, it was comfortable truck seating. Today, it feels like sitting on old gym equipment. And honestly, a lot of seniors don't realize how exhausting older trucks can be until they switch into something newer and smoother. Suddenly, driving doesn't feel like operating farm equipment anymore. Now, this next truck might upset some loyal fans. The old Toyota Tundra V8 models. Listen, reliability? Absolutely. Those trucks could survive the apocalypse. People joke that old Tundras will outlive humanity itself. But reliability alone doesn't automatically make something senior-friendly. Because these older Tundras are thirsty, like aggressively thirsty. That big 5.7-liter iForce V8 cranked out 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque, which was awesome for towing boats and trailers. But many owners struggle to even crack 14 mpg. Every fuel stop feels like donating money directly to the gas station owner's vacation fund. And the ride quality, kinda bouncy, especially unloaded. The cabin also started feeling dated fast. Huge buttons, bulky dashboard, awkward technology, and some trims felt weirdly loud at highway speeds. Plus, the truck itself is big. Not, oh, it's manageable big. I mean grocery store parking lot stress big. You know what seniors usually start appreciating more with age? Quiet cabins, easy entry, simple controls, smooth steering, not wrestling a truck every morning like it owes you money. And that's exactly why the first good truck on this list shocked so many people. The Hyundai Santa Cruz Hybrid. Yeah, I know, some truck guys are already typing angry comments. But hear me out. This thing understands what daily comfort actually means. Instead of pretending to be a construction site monster, it focuses on what most people genuinely use a truck for. Errands, road trips, Home Depot runs, weekend travel, light towing, easy driving. And honestly, that's smart. The hybrid setup gives you strong low-end torque right away, so it moves effortlessly in traffic without feeling sluggish. You're getting around 226 horsepower combined, but it feels quicker because electric torque hits instantly. No dramatic engine screaming, no sluggish gear hunting, just smooth acceleration. And compared to those older trucks, the fuel savings are massive. Some drivers are seeing MPG numbers nearly double what those old V8s deliver. That matters when you're driving every week, not just showing off at a stoplight. But the biggest win is comfort. The seats are lower and easier to slide into, visibility is excellent, parking feels stress-free, the suspension doesn't beat you up, and inside it feels more like a modern SUV than an old-school truck, which honestly is exactly why seniors are quietly starting to love these smaller trucks. But don't click off just yet, because the next truck completely embarrassed some full-size pickups in comfort testing, and almost nobody talks about it. Now, the next truck is probably the smartest purchase on this entire list, the Ford Maverick. And what makes this thing special isn't horsepower numbers or giant tires. It's the fact that it solves problems older truck owners are secretly tired of dealing with. Because after a certain age, nobody wants to wrestle a massive pickup through a pharmacy parking lot while the backup camera screams like it's under attack. The Maverick just feels easy. You hop in without climbing Mount Everest. The steering is light, visibility is fantastic, and the truck itself fits in normal parking spaces without giving you anxiety every time somebody parks next to you. But here's the crazy part. Even though it's compact, it doesn't feel weak. The hybrid setup puts out around 191 horsepower, while the EcoBoost version jumps to 250 horsepower with 277 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to merge onto highways confidently without flooring the pedal like your life depends on it. And fuel economy? This thing embarrassed larger trucks so badly that some owners stopped driving their SUVs entirely. The hybrid can hit around 40 mpg in city driving. 40! That's the kind of number that makes old V8 owners stare into the distance in silence. And honestly, the Maverick understands modern truck life better than most real trucks do. Most seniors aren't towing excavators. They're hauling mulch, luggage, golf clubs, maybe helping family move a couch twice a year. That's exactly where this truck shines. And the ride quality? Smooth, calm, controlled. You don't bounce around like a shopping cart with bad wheels every time the pavement changes. But the next truck took a completely different approach, the Ram 1500. Now this is what happens when a truck company finally realizes people have backs, because the Ram 1500 rides suspiciously smooth for a full-size pickup. Seriously, the first time some people drive one, they immediately ask, wait, is this a truck? Especially the newer models with the coil spring rear suspension. That setup changed everything. Instead of driving like farm machinery, the Ram glides over rough roads almost like a luxury SUV. And for seniors, that matters more than bragging rights. The cabin is ridiculously quiet too. Highway noise stays outside where it belongs. The seats are wide, soft, supportive, not those stiff, tough guy seats that make your hips hate you afterwards. Now, sure, if you want power, the Ram has plenty. The 5.7-liter Hemi V8 pushes around 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, which means towing campers, boats, or trailers feels effortless. But unlike older V8 trucks, it doesn't constantly feel angry while doing basic errands. That's the difference. This truck can be powerful without punishing you. And the tech inside actually helps instead of confusing you. Big screens, easy controls, excellent cameras, tons of safety features. It feels modern without feeling like you need a computer science degree to adjust the air conditioning. Quick question though, what's one truck you thought would be perfect until you actually drove it? Drop it in the comments, because some of these dream trucks age worse than gas station sushi. And hey, if this video just saved your future knees, hit subscribe. Your spine deserves better than a suspension designed by medieval warriors. Now, the next truck surprised a lot of people, the Ford Ranger. For years, mid-sized trucks felt cramped, stiff, and weirdly outdated. Then, Ford came back swinging with the newer Ranger, and suddenly people realize you don't actually need a skyscraper-sized pickup. This thing has serious muscle, too. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine cranks out around 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, which honestly catches people off guard the first time they accelerate. It moves quick, especially for a mid-sized truck. But what seniors appreciate most isn't speed, it's confidence. The driving position feels natural. The truck doesn't feel bloated. Visibility is solid, and maneuvering through traffic feels way less stressful than those giant full-size pickups that barely fit through drive-thrus. And unlike some older trucks, the Ranger doesn't constantly jiggle you around on rough roads. Ford tuned the suspension surprisingly well, so it still feels stable without destroying ride comfort. Plus, getting in and out is easier than taller off-road focused trucks. That alone becomes a huge deal over time. Now finally, the truck that quietly became one of the best choices for seniors without acting like it needs attention every 5 seconds. The Hyundai Ridgeline. This truck doesn't scream, it doesn't flex, it doesn't try to look like it just returned from climbing a volcano. And honestly, that's why people love it. The Ridgeline is probably the easiest truck on this entire list to live with daily. It rides unbelievably smooth because it uses a unibody platform instead of the traditional body-on-frame setup most trucks use. Translation: it feels civilized. No constant shaking, no truck wobble, no exhausting ride after an hour on the highway. The 3.5-liter V6 delivers around 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, which is more than enough for daily driving, road trips, small trailers, or hauling gear around town. But the real magic is how comfortable everything feels. The seats are supportive, the cabin is quiet, the controls are simple, and the bed even has smart storage underneath, which sounds small until you realize how useful it becomes. This truck understands something most pickups forgot. Comfort is capability. Because the best truck for seniors isn't the loudest one. It's the one you still enjoy driving 5 years later.